when I was in college, I went to an eye doctor appointment, and I was sitting in the lobby and I read through a Reader's Digest magazine, and the very last page was this interview with some lady. I think she was a comedian, and the interviewer asked a bunch of questions, and one of the questions was, if you could say anything to your viewers, to anyone who's going to read this, I guess, what would you say? And she said, to anyone in the world, I would say moisturize your neck. No one ever tells you to moisturize your neck. And I remember that, like, what, 10 years later? That was her message to the world, was to moisturize your neck. I think that's ridiculous. Like, I always, whenever I put on lotion, I'm always like, she had a position to say anything she wanted in the entire world. And she used that moment to tell people to moisturize their neck. Like, and I remember it. Like, how insane is that? I have thought about that question for the last decade at random points in my life. Like, what would I tell the world? If I had one message, if I could tell the world one thing, what would it be? And when I was fully immersed in religion, as a missionary, as an MTC teacher, as a leader in different areas of my church, I always took my message to be my church's message. And I thought, well, I don't really have a good message, but my church does. So I'm going to be my church, basically. I'm going to say what my church would say if my church could talk through me. And I lived my life in that way. And I was very gung-ho about it, very churchy, as I've mentioned in my other videos, McChurch. And as time went on and I explored more in the world, I have developed my own message. And I learned in the middle of my 20s that the message that I had been sharing of the church was not actually the message I wanted to share myself. The message of the church is more of the I'm right, you're wrong, be like me, do what I do, this is the right thing, this is the only thing, this is the best thing, everyone else needs this, everyone has to do this, everyone should do this, why is everyone else not doing this? And basically, you're not really happy unless you're doing what I'm doing. That's the message that I thought was, like, from the church, I guess. Obviously, people are going to say different things. People within the church are going to have different viewpoints. But that was my viewpoint, was this is the only thing to do, better do it. That was my message. Like, oh, there's one way to be happy, come be it. I want everyone to be happy, this is the way. And as I've grown and experienced my own life, I've realized that wasn't my message. That was the church's message, or I should say, my interpretation of the church's message. That obviously is not what the church is going to outright say. That's just how I interpret what they were saying / doing. So, what is my message to the world? My message to the world is, be the person that you wish you had. So, when I was younger, and I decided to be a foster parent when I was 16, I made the decision. I decided I was going to be the person that I wish I had at age 16. And then, I think I became a foster parent at age 29 or 30. And it was a huge thing for me because I was becoming the person that I wished I had found when I was a teenager. And that's just one example. There's a lot of other things that I wish. Like, I wish that people would give me a fair chance at certain things. So I try to be extra fair and open now, even to things that, like, might strike me as different or whatever, like shocking or just different. And I try to be more open-minded. So if I could tell everyone in the world one message, I would say, don't worry about the things that have happened to you or the things that you didn't get or what went wrong for you. Just try to pass it forward and be the person that you wish you had. I know I've read something similar to those words, like somebody put it way more eloquently than that, but I can't remember what it was. Something like, I don't know, be the person that you wish you had. I don't know. But anyway, that would be my message to the world.